just going to keep on saying that. Well, Chris, I've actually got that song on my phone. Right, apologies for that, viewers. He did indeed, yes.
Did Giles start on prime tyres? He's on option.
Interesting.
So he's already
apologies for that, viewers, that I had that random disconnection, but hopefully now we are back for the remainder of this race. What have you missed? Well, not a great deal. Besides the fact that everybody, well, the option runners have now all made their first pit stops. Alex Ham pitted 1 lap earlier than both Jigsaw's and Craig Senna, and has actually increased his gap by quite a substantial margin. He's got around about, I'd say about an 8-second lead over the 2 behind him in second and third, and Jigsaw's is looking really racy at the moment, and he's looking pretty good here on these prime tyres. He's within the DRS zone of Craig Senna for that P2, so battle commences and resumes here between these two. As they come towards turn 12 now, and Jigsaw's made a little bit of a mistake there, but Craig Senna's going to the gravel, and his car's gone offline, and this can be Jigsaw's chance to close right on his gearbox, which he has. But he's gone right through the chicane though, and actually he's compromising himself as a result. And Craig Senna's just about got a big enough of a gap to probably keep ahead of him. I think he might do as they come down towards turn 1 now. Jigsaw's is closing all the time, but no, that mistake has cost him. That was his best chance, I think, to get ahead of Craig, and he's bottled it. Am I allowed to use... Am I allowed to... No. As Tang Panda is now P4, he's still on his first stint on his prime tyres. Originals is now P5, he's pitted onto fresh prime tyres, and there's the battle for P6, and I's the best, who's gone for another set of option tyres, has managed to get ahead of Temper, who's on the prime. So I's the best going for a different strategy compared to the man he's racing with, which is Temper. Behind Temper, in 8th place, we've got Dracofire, who's gone into prime tyres, and then in P9, we have Giles, who's on his options, but he did pit, as you said, Chris, quite early off his prime tyres. What, in the other Mercedes? I can't say that I know off the top of my head. Oh, it's Jigsaw's once again completely messing up the chicane, and I think he's cost himself DRS on Craig Senna this lap, and we'll see as they come across, and yes he has, he's not got a DRS so this time around. Can you shut up with that? As F1 Originals is starting to close on the back of Tank Panda, obviously there's about a 9-lap difference in terms of their prime tyres, in terms of how much cornering grip they've got, and you can easily see that Originals on his fresher prime tyres, he's just gaining that, closing in all the time through every corner and every traction zone.
So Bobbers, we're near to halfway race distance. We've got another 2.5 laps until we get to that point. But really, it's been a very open race, especially for mid-pack.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to say this again. Well, it's definitely been an open race. We've seen some mistakes from people. There is that uncertainty. There are some split strategies going on. But out in front, Alex Ham is just dominating this race. He's led it he's only lost it due to the fact that Craig Senna and Jigsaw stayed out for an extra lap. That's the only time he's actually been behind. As a I was going to say Originals had a good run then on Tank Panda through the chicane, but he goes into the pits, so Originals is back into P4. But those mistakes that he made in the beginning of the race has cost him a chance on battling for a podium, unless, well, anything can happen, you know, there is still just over half race distance to go, but I'd be a little surprised if he was to catch up, because he's about 10 seconds or so behind, and in fact he's being hunted down by I's the Best, who's actually just made a mistake at turn 3, but he is closing in that gap on the back of the Williams. Temper on the prime tyres is dropping back a little bit, and he's actually being hunted down by Draco in P7. So Draco, he's gained 2 places from where he started on the grid, and he could potentially get a 3rd here from Temper. So Draco on the move. He's obviously Draco, who is a legend of XRL, a very, very likable man. You know, a guy you can easily chat to. You know, have a laugh with. You know, probably one of the nicest and characteristic people you'll ever meet.
Basically, with the test that a lot of people in XRL are doing, he'll be 100% male.
If you want, Chris, you can actually make a link of that. No, Chris, I was 50-50 like you bloody well were as well.
Female. Is Cornish 8th? That is the big question. No, that's Giles, the one that Cornish wanted to win.
Oh, Draco's just had a little bit of lag, and that's kind of put him into the grips of Giles behind him, who's on the option tyres.
Draco now goes into turn 1, takes it very nicely, to be fair. No curb whatsoever. But let's take lessons from this.
Because actually what I am going to do is get on board with the battle for what is P4 and 5. Well, I say that, but Eyes the Best has just gone off into the gravel at turn 7 and 8. And, well, he's just lost all the time that he closed down on originals. But I'll tell you one thing that's happened, and that is Craig Senna has pulled away significantly from Jigsaw's. The gap between them two has really opened up. I mean, just look at the lap times. Craig's just done like I think a mid-24, and Jigsaw's is in the 25s. Clearly struggling. But no, Chris, it's clearly he means he's struggling, but it doesn't make him stronger. If you really want me to start singing it, I will.
But it's not hurting him. Well, actually, no, it is hurting him.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Don't make me get the buzzer. Draco, however, is starting to struggle, and Giles is catching up not only to Draco but also to Temper's in front.
Indeed, yes, Temper is really good on the option tyres, but when it comes down to the prime tyres, he does struggle. But I'm going to get on board with Giles at the moment. As you said, Chris, he's now onto the back of the gearbox of that McLaren, so this is the battle for P7, and could potentially become a 3-way battle for P6 quite soon. Coming through turn 5, you can just see, as you can tell, the grid difference that Giles has, but made a bit of an error there actually. Didn't really get the best of traction, but there was a decent example. Giles get a slightly better run through turn 7 and 8, and he can turn in so much quicker into turn 9. Probably could have taken a little bit more speed through there, but he's got the DRS, he's within the 1 second of Draco. Draco ran a little wide actually into turn 10, and Giles gained a few tenths as a result of it. But it's going to be a case of, is Draco Fire close enough to the back of Temper this lap around for the DRS? I don't think he quite is. I think you need to... Oh, here we go.
I've just seen yet another poor joke by Cornish.
Go on.
How did the Italian chef die?
Carol, do me a favour and shoot yourself. As Giles has the DRS in the back of Draco firing, he just wasn't quite close enough for a move into turn 1, but you can quite clearly see he's got the oversteer. He's got too much oversteer and really poor traction through turns 1 and 2, Giles, and he's lost a fair chunk of time actually to the back of Draco fire, and Draco's actually can now set his sights on catching the false India of Temper. So, as I said, this has now become a 3-way battle for 6th, 7th and 8th, and behind them in P9, which is Tank Panda, aka Delta, he's starting to close in a little bit on the back as well, so, could be a 4-way battle, potentially, but there is that, yes.
He is on fresh tyres, remember?
as Giles was actually out of the detection points for DRS then on Dracofire, but Dracofire definitely did have it on the back of Temper 3D, so I'm going to go ball with Dracofire, I think, at this particular point as they're coming towards turn 13. Now you can just easily see that Draco's able to hit the apexes a lot better compared to Temper, although saying that, you know, Draco had a slightly poor run there through the chicane, and he's going to have the DRS, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. He doesn't have the DRS, that's an interesting one. As somebody has actually gone into the pits.
That definitely hurt him.
And another quick look and see who that is. It's Eyes the Best.
Would it be Originals?
Well, he had to go into the prime tyres. He's done 2 stints of option.
Fair enough, that is the answer. But that means
indeed it is. Well,
prime tyres.
We'll see how he goes later in the race. Obviously, he's trying to get some sort of an undercut on Originals. He's battling for P4 with him, I would say, but he could come under threat later in the race. It all depends on how he goes in these next about 4 or 5 laps compared to those that are on. Excuse me, they're going to be on option tyres on the last stint. Giles has fallen off actually. Draco and Temper 3D. Once again, Draco outbrakes himself into the hairpin of turn 10 and lost a few tenths as a result of it, but it just looks like he gets that back pretty much immediately. Through the chicane now, and he's gone wide at turn 15 this time, Draco, and he's cost himself a chance yet again on to try and pass that Force India. And again, he doesn't actually have DRS. As I think that's Giles, indeed it is. Giles has pitted and he's gone for another stint of the prime tyres. But Alex Ham out in front pretty much has the whole of the first DRS zone to his advantage over his nearest rival, which is Craig Senna. I mean, I'm going to have a quick look at the race direct and see what lap times they've been doing. So, Alex Ham, let's have a look, see, so high 24s, low 25s is his general attributes. Compare that to Craig, who's been predominantly low to mid 25. So Alex Ham is about a third of a second a lap, or to half a second quicker than Craig Senna at the moment. So he's got the pace as Alex Ham, and he's got the lead, and he's got the gap. It's a case, can he hang it on there? As Originals is still in P4 all in his own. Temper is P5, and once again Dracofire is on the back of him. Can he keep it, have a better run through the chicane this time around? Indeed he does. Oh, he gets a little bit of an oversteer moment there on the curve through turn 15, but he's going to have the DRS this time around. Indeed he does. There it goes. The flap is wide open. Here comes Dracofire. This is now the battle for his P5. And is he going to make a move? He's on the outside line of Temper to turn 1, and he takes that. Great overtake from Draco. He takes P5. Yes.
Adam.
Yes, I'm here, Chris.
You there? What a move by Dracofire into turn 1. And Draco is now up into P5 after...
Chris, can you hear me?
A sensational overtake, really.
That means yes, you can.
There's no other way to describe it. Fine.
Why were you saying that if you can't hear me?
Oh, because you...
No, I'm still... Sharu, you've done it again, and you sent me a message saying don't read this. Of course I'm going to bloody well read it, because it could be anything. He's going to do this every bloody time I do a stream. He won't do it for you, he'll do it for me. Oh, you're unloved.
I'm not on his friend.
As Temper has actually managed to stick to Dracofire on that previous lap, but he does have the DRS, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to make any sort of a move. And indeed he's not, as I think I swore I saw somebody make a mistake. And indeed, Craig Senna had made a mistake on this lap, and Jigsaw's is a lot closer this time around. Just looking at it, 58 into the hairpin there for Craig. Well, Jigsaw's has just been closing the gap. So maybe... Oh, he has a little moment there through turn 11, Jigsaw's, and that could have ended in disaster. But he certainly is closing the gap onto Craig Senna. So maybe this battle isn't done with. Maybe it is going to be rejoined with just over, well, what is now 11 laps to go. As I am now going to open my second can of pop. No, it's just Pepsi Max, Chris.
Popsicle.
Because we love it. Nothing wrong with Pepsi Max. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Oh, Draco. Draco's made a huge mistake. He's actually got into the pits.
Is it? Oh, he's done. If that's what you're like,
as Tank Panda's now closed onto the back of this, I know he's on the option tyres, but this is working out for him. And he's now closing in the back of Temper, so Tank Panda could gain a few positions because of him on, he's going prime option, and look at the grip difference he's got compared to Temper through turn 3. Is he going to have a run into turn 4? He's having to think about it. He's making a dive on the inside. Oh, I think he had to realise he had to back out of that. Temper had already made his move into the corner, and that's just how it is.
Nice to see a bit of
they want what, Chris? As Alex Ham has gone into the pits for his final pit stop. Going for the undercut once again. As both Tank Panda and Temper go into the gravel, and Jigsaw's pits as well. So he's going for the undercut on Craig Senna. Could this work out in his favour?
Probably not, because original.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be far behind him enough, so he's not going to get held up.
Yeah, we could catch up very quickly though.
Well, we shall certainly see, as I'm going to go back into what is 8th place, and Giles has actually got ahead of Draco. While Giles is on the prime tyres and Draco's gone for another set of options. I think he's pitted at least a lap too early, but nonetheless he's going to have the grip to begin with. He's in within the DRS on. There goes the DRS, flapping wide open now, coming down the pit straight. He's just not getting straight line speed though, is Draco. He's not close enough to Giles as they come down towards turn 1, and indeed he's not. Zai's the best is currently all in his own in P7, but
when Jack makes a move on originals, but originals winning.
Well, it's been kind of done and dusted there for him. Has Craig Senna pitted? Indeed he has. So here we go. This will be interesting to see what they come out as. Tank Panda's got the DRS flap open once again on the back of Temper as they come into turn 10. But he's not close enough. Temper's outbroken himself though. He's gone wide, and is this Tank Panda's chance to go through turn 11? No, he just had to back out of it. But this is important. I'm going to go on board actually with Craig Senna and see where he's going to come out in regards to Jigsaw's. Here he comes. He's coming out the pits now. Here comes Jigsaw's down the pit straight, and into turn 1. He's going round the outside. He's Jigsaw's, and he's done that. Oh, what? That is a fantastic opportunity. They move there from Jigsaw's to take what is now P2, but he's gone a little wide at T3, and can Craig Senna have a look into turn 4? No, he can't this time around, but he's trying to look for the cutback or the exit of turn 4. He's got a really good traction as Craig Senna coming towards turn 5, but Jigsaw's has the inside line, has the racing line, and he just holds on. But that was a great move, Chris, into turn 1 there from Jigsaw's. Oh! Jigsaw's has gone into the gravel. Craig's trying to have a look into turn 9, but he just hit the back of him and he couldn't get it done. As Jigsaw's once again goes a little wide, he's making sloppy mistakes here. And Craig actually gave him a little nudge there into to turn 10, but thankfully doesn't overtake him, so it's still as you were. Through turn 12, and Craig's just got so much more grip through there, even though his tyres are only 1 lap fresh. Oh! That was an interesting one, to say the least. There goes the DRS from Craig Senna on the back of Jigsaw's as they come down the pit straight into towards turn 1. He's going to the inside line, solds Jack a dummy move, and just about makes it stick there to turn 1. Jigsaw's is trying to come back at him as they come through turn 3. He's trying to look around the outside of Craig Senna. Craig's defending to the inside line. He's just about ahead, but here comes Jack going for a late braking move into turn 4. Forces a bit of mistake actually from Craig Senna to the side still as they come into turn 5. Can he outbrake him? Down the outside. Here comes Jigsaw's round the outside of Craig Senna. Oh, that was close. Very, very close, but good racing from these two.
Jules is now up to P5. He's chasing the back of the prime runner of Eyes the Best.
Indeed it is, as is the win for Alex Hubb, but Jigsaw's and Craig Senna still going at it side by side through turn 10, but Craig holds the line into turn 11 and into turn 12. These guys are going at it like, well, anything. I can't think of a bloody acronym for that. I'm useless. Oh, Jack, Jack, that is a huge corner cut. If he makes an overtake, actually, this is going to be an illegal move. But nonetheless, there goes his DRS flap open. Craig's in defence to the inside line. Jigsaw's he's on the racing line and he's already gone ahead. But that was a debatable one, to say the least. Cutting turn 14, had a much better run through the chicane, and it was just really easy for him. And as a result now, Craig's actually dropped the best part of 6 or 7 tenths off the back of him, if not more now. As you said though, Chris, there is that battle for P4, and Originals has now made that move on Eyes the Best for P4, and that should be him comfortably and safe in there, because he is on the option tyres compared to Eyes the Best, who is on the prime, as Draco is actually pitting again. Oh, he's had to change his front wing.
Do the opposite of XRL Michaels and actually gain points.
Draco's had to, maybe, because he's just had to change his front wing, and he's actually he's going to be a lap down. Oh, that's really unfortunate for Draco. He's now a lap down. I don't know who he had the incident with, but Giles is in Giles is P8 and Tank Panda is P7. We'll get his thoughts about it after the race, but yeah, that's certainly not good for him, as the battle for P2 is still going on. And Craig said I had the DRS and he's on the inside of Jigsaw's through turn 1. Oh, has Craig gone off the track? Or is it lag? Please tell me that's lag and he's not just done that. Nope, I think that's, yeah, Craig's made a huge mistake at turn 2. And he went into the gravel, and he's now the best part of 5-6 seconds behind Jigsaw's, and I think that's probably going to be the end of that battle. And it does mean now, because that was the only battle out on track, that the gaps have now started to form between the whole field, and we've still got the best part of, well, just over 4.5 laps to go here. Should have Pepsi Max more often, Chris. It is better than Dr. Pepper. Well, yeah, you should. Yes. Alright guys, let's get a debate open then. If anyone's still watching, what would you rather have? A can of Dr. Pepper or a can of Pepsi Max? Get your thoughts on that. This is an interesting one. I've just gone to the race director, and Jigsaw's actually has a 10-second penalty. Interesting. Don't know what it's for.
Is that appropriate? Eyes the best now coming around the final corner to start lap 29. 4 more laps of these.
Well, to be fair, actually, that strategy has actually helped him because he's got the gap to those behind him, and he's actually gained a couple of positions from it. So, good strategy from Eyes the best at the moment. You know, currently running in P5, he has dropped off originals, but you know, you'd expect that. That's the difference between the options and the prime tyre. Temper is in P6 still, now on his option tyres, but seems to be struggling once again. As actually, Temper's just had lag. He's just had 5-second lag. Yes, I was just watching that. And Tank Panda's now gone ahead of him for P6 as a result. Oh god, my leg was dead then. Oh, that's my phone. No. Just because I'm popular. It wasn't, so there you go.
One message from the mail doesn't mean you're popular.
No.
Okay, because you got a message from your bank then.
No.
Phone provider?
Interesting that you say Lee.
Lee?
No.
Is it actually Lee? Oh.
No. It's nobody in XRL, Chris. Yes, it's Nikita, Chris. Well done. 10 points.
Way! We've just got breaking news.
And really, she's not. As Temper 3D has got the DRS flapper wide open on the back of Tank Panda in the Ferrari. Here he goes, he's going to make a move down to turn 1, but no, Tank Panda later on the brakes and actually gets it onto the apex there, and he maintains that 6th place. But this is the only battle out on track at the moment, as I think Alex Hammer's just started his 31st lap. He has 3 more circulations to complete before he should, fingers crossed, touch wood, get his first win. Not bad for a reserve driver, Chris.
A well-deserved one. Not bad for a number 2 driver there.
As we've just gone through turn 9 now and into the first DRS zone and coming up towards turn 10, but not quite close. Oh, he was close enough there. He was much later on the brakes.
Oh, collision.
Compared to Tank Panda there as they come into turn 10, but thankfully didn't take the position as a result of it, and it's still as you were. Oh, Tank Panda. Tank Panda's made a huge error there. Our turn 15, and this is Temper's chance to get ahead. Oh, Tank Panda there going to the right to the inside and then to the racing line. He can do that actually, to be fair, even though it was quite silly. But he can do that. But Temper nonetheless, he's got down the inside to turn 1 and he's retaken that 6th place back for now. But here comes Tank Panda around the outside as they come into turn 3, and oh, he's just wide. I think Temper just slightly forcing him off, but you know, he did have the inside and the racing line, and you can easily get understeer on that corner, so not really his fault, but he does hold on to that 6th place for now. Dizzy Cupid, of all people, is actually, why have I just gone on to that, has sent me a message.
Question is, have you got all your messages yet? Boomer, sort your phone out. Tell Lee to message you later.
Dizzy Cupid says
trying to get to ring you later then. Hi Dizzy Cupid! Yeah.
That's all I have to say to that. I don't give a as excuse me, as Tank Panda is still over the back of Temper 3D actually on this lap, and he's going to have the DRS coming down towards turn 1. Excuse me, yet again. And there we go, DRS flat wide open as he comes down towards turn 1. He's gone to the outside on the racing line. Can he outbrake? Temper's trying to outbrake him on the inside, and he's held that position. Great defensive driving there from Temper to hold on to P6. That is how you outbrake somebody with DRS, boys and girls, and CRE. I accident. Oh well. Oh! Tank. I think he's Lady Gaga in disguise. Actually, as Tank Panda much better run than Temper through turn 7 and 8, but usually backs out of the move into turn 9, and well, he's going to have probably only a couple more opportunities, as Alex Hammer's already started his final lap, and I think he's already more. I thought he is. Wait, that's easy on track.
Halfway through it.
Indeed, he is. Yeah, so.
He's about to come up to the end of
I'm going to stick on board with him as he comes to. Actually, no, I'm gonna have to go on board with the battle, aren't I? I think I will, yeah, because I think. Excuse me, yeah. Tank Panda's got a really good run through the chicane and the final corner, and here we go onto the DRS straight, and this time it's easily done before the end of the pit straight. It's a case of can he just, you know, get his braking point right into turn 1. Yes, he can, and he takes P6 back, but Alex Hammer's come through the final corner now. He's coming across the start and finish line, and he takes his first win. And he takes his first win in XRL. A fantastic result for him. Pole position. What looked like that was Draco, actually. Jack's way behind, but yeah, fastest lap, pole position, race victory. The perfect race for Alex Ham tonight. Jigsaw's has now just crossed the finish line, but he does have a 10-second penalty, so Craig Senna does take that P2 spot back for the time, and Jigsaw's will be down to 3rd. We're just awaiting now for F1 Originals to come through turns 13 and into the chicane for the final time. Eyes the best is on his own, and oh, someone's just gone off at turn 9, and it's Temper. Temper's gone off at turn 9. And now Giles has gone out. Yeah, don't know what happened to Temper there through turn 9, but he's been in the gravel, and he's now lost another position as a result of it. I think we'll have to ask him as to what happened on that one, but yeah, we'll just wait for everybody else to complete their final circulation. As Chris, if you'd be so kind to get everybody in the party for the interviews, that would be great. As Giles comes through across the line to take P7, and Temper finishes P8 at a 1:38 on his final lap. Obviously lost quite a lot of time as to whatever happened. We will ask him obviously afterwards, but as we wait for everybody to come in, obviously that pretty decent race from the F5 guys. I think a bit of a shame that we only had 9 runners and riders, but nonetheless we did have some great action, and we'll just wait for everybody to join us. Oh, wow, everybody's in early before we've even finished the countdown. That's a first. So Alex Ham, we will go over to you. Pole position, won the race, fastest lap, the perfect night. Really?
Yeah.
Well, not even from your practices?
At all. No.
Well, at least you've set your next time. Set your sights even lower, and you might win again. But well, you know, anything can happen. But yeah, as I said, you know, you've got the perfect 3 out of 3 tonight. Even if you were surprised, but you know, well, was it like a personal best in qualifying, and was the race pace just seemed to be there?
That wasn't my best ever lap time of Spain, actually. My best is a 1:21.5.
Oh God, no! And only a 21.8. Jesus. I know it's hard, isn't it? It is hard, but nonetheless, it was a fantastic race for you. You've taken your first win in XRL, and obviously, could you set your sights on getting more race wins, you know, throughout the season?
Well, hopefully. Obviously, there's some tracks where there's going to be no chance of that, like Monaco or not exactly Hungary.
Well, all the best to you, and well done again on your results tonight. Jigsaws, we will come over to you. Obviously, you did cross the line second, but you did get that 10-second penalty, which I will ask you about afterwards. But nonetheless, talk me through your race. I mean, qualifying, you know, you qualified 4th on the grid. You probably would have asked for a bit more, really. I'm not quite sure what your pace was, but obviously, give us your opinion.
I felt that qualifying probably went as well as it could have gone because I'm really bad around this track, and then just sort of as I got deeper into the race I actually became more consistent and was starting to set actually competitive laps. So if I could have done that in quali I might have been starting off in a better position and could have looked to try and grab the lead from the start, but I think Craig and Alex Ham just compared to me were
well obviously you and Craig actually did have a really good battle during that race, and you tried the attempt on the undercut for that last stint and it just about worked, and it was a great move into turn 1 actually to take that place, but it just seemed to, obviously I think Craig made a mistake, and I think it was just a case of settling down from that point.
Yeah, and that was sort of when I became anxious when Craig started pulling me back really quickly, like 2 seconds in a lap, and then I just tried to focus and managed to do it in the end, but I don't know, it was a bit of a struggle of a race. Spain is my least favourite track. If it was,
nonetheless, even if it is your least favourite track, a podium is still a very good result, so well done to you there, Jigsaws, for tonight. And Craig, we shall move over to you. Obviously, as I mentioned, you've crossed the line third, you've gone up to second as a result, which obviously we will talk about afterwards. But, you did set a really good quali time, actually. You were less than a tenth behind Alex Ham for pole position, and I did remember you saying, actually, when we did some practice, that you had been aiming for 21s for qualifying, and you actually did get that tonight. So, were you honestly a little surprised that you lost the pole position?
One point I didn't think I was going to get in the 21s because I just couldn't get the last sector right. So when I got that 21.9 at the end, it's a good thing because I would have not finished second because the originals would have got third in qualifying. So, but I knew. Well,
nonetheless, it was a good start, and you and Jack, as I mentioned earlier when I was talking to Jigsaw, that you two seem to be really equal, pretty much throughout the entire race, and it was just a case of, was it a simple mistake that cost you?
Well, we were battling every time we got DRS down the straight. We knew we were going to get past each other, and he I tried to go down the inside, but he still got me around the outside of the first corner. I just pushed a bit too hard, but I had a really good battle tonight with Jigsaw. I was pulling away from him a little bit in the middle sets, and he started clawing me back again. And I knew that he tried to get the undercut on me, but after I made that mistake, I just settled down and just knew that I wasn't going to get second anymore, so I thought I'd settle with third because my aim was just to beat.
Well, at least you can take some positives out of that. So congratulations to you for your third. Well, we'll say third place, Craig. Obviously, we'll talk to Jack afterwards why he got his penalty and see what is what. But thanks again to our top 3 tonight for Alex Hammond taking his first win in XRL, Jigsaw's in second, and Craig. And Craig in third place. Obviously the T6 boys have probably just finished their race as well, so that's it for round 5 actually in Spain. On Sunday you'll rejoin us again for what is going to be round 6 for everybody, and we will be racing at the Principality of Monaco, which is probably some people's favourite and some people's least favourite track, so this could be quite interesting. But yes, join us back again on Sunday night for the F1 division before we return again on Monday night for GP2 and GP3, Tuesday for F4, and F5 and T6 will rejoin us once again next Wednesday. But from